before, we break the huddle. Then we all get evenly spaced. Ball we put in the center hash. Like the guys, I don't know if the guys choose if they want to get a 3-point stance or not. They feel like they can get off to a faster start. Everybody's staying in their lanes.
Hey guys, this is Brandon, Coach Adams with Special Teams Science. I want to talk a little bit about kickoff this morning. Your kickoff team, it's the most important special teams that you'll have. It's the one that makes me the most nervous every time we go out there, and for that reason, it's probably what I spent the most time thinking about. Some coaches have made fun of me and said I've kind of invented the spread offense for the kicking game, and the whole idea behind what I do on kickoff is I want to set things up so that A, we're giving our kickoff team the best chance to make a play, and B, we are setting ourselves up to be successful on future kickoffs, especially if we need an onside kick. So I'll show you how the way I do it. I have a huddle called Twins Huddle and a huddle is just a normal huddle. So we always huddle up in front of the ball, and then I'll either send one or two guys out of the huddle, and they'll line up. They're the gunners, they're the wide guys, and they just line up without getting in the huddle. You have to be inside the numbers at the ready whistle, but after that they can step outside. What that does is our favorite onside kick is dribble middle, where we just dribble it from the huddle. But keeping those guys out there keeps the other team from scooting everybody in. And even if they scoot 3 guys in and keep 1 guy out, then I go to Twins Huddle. I put 2 guys out there, so we got 2-on-1 on the edges, and then we got, still got 5-on-4 in the middle, or 5-on-3 in the middle. So it's a numbers game where you're kind of lining up and seeing where they line up. And if anything, it's something that the other team has to take time out of their week to practice, to prepare for, to talk to their special teams unit about this is where we're going to move and things like that. The other thing that you want to do when you're scouting is figure out, does this team run a zone blocking scheme or a man blocking scheme on a kick return? What I mean by that, are they running back to a spot and setting a wall or a wedge, or are they just running to a hash mark and blocking anybody they see? Or are they actually counting off guys and picking out guys? Because if they're counting off guys, there's a few things that I like to do. They'll show you in another video, like stack our kickoff team so they don't know how to count it. Sometimes I like to go into pods. I like to cross 2 guys. I like to send the outside guys in and keep the second guys as contained. But there's just a few tips like that I'll kind of show you through this kickoff series. What we're going to talk about now is just our standard huddle with our standard kickoff with equal spacing from the middle of the field. So take a look at it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. All right, so I want to show you guys how the idea of this spread huddle kind of evolved, or this Twins Huddle, like I call it. We used to all the time, we would do it. At the JV level, we would do it more than we would do a normal kickoff. But we'd tee the ball up, we'd have the huddle right over the ball, we'd blow the whistle, turn around, kick it 10 yards, this entire front line would go knock out this guy, and these guys would come pick up the ball. You guys have probably seen that before. But we got really good at it, and we would do it all the time. Pretty much any time it wasn't the fourth quarter, we would do that as our kickoff, especially because we didn't have a great JV kicker. So then teams started bringing all their guys in, like this, to be able to recover that kick. So what I decided is, well, I'm going to move a guy out here now, and we're just going to, so then we would fake like we were kicking that, and then we would pooch it over here to the side. So teams started picking up on that. Then they moved 1 guy out, and they moved 3 guys in. And so then we still like our chances here, but just to make it even better, we did this. So now we have 2-on-1 here if we want to pooch it. We got 2-on-1 here if we want to pooch it, and we have 6-on-3 here if we want to dribble it. So it really creates a predicament, and it's nice to see how people are going to line up. So if you just huddle up like this, how are they going to react to it? And then you usually know which onside kick you can come to at the end of the game if you need it. So we always just line up like this in our huddle. We get the ready whistle before we break the huddle. Then we break the huddle, and everybody spaces. So here's an example of the twins huddle. You see you got two guys out there. They haven't walked anybody out. They've kept everyone in wait for the dribble middle. So I know that at any time in the game, if I want to, I can turn around and kick it to one of these guys, and we can get the ball back if we need
the whistle before.
We didn't do it this time. We just spread out and kicked it deep. So here they are spread. I let them decide if they like to get in 3-point stances or 2-point stances.
Put in the center hash.
So this year's team decided to go 3-point stances with the Gunners in 2-point stances. So one other tip, I like to send the Gunners straight to ball, and the second guys would be contained guys, because usually my fast guys are the guys that are the Gunners, and they're the ones that are going to go make the play just like that.